Hello everyone, as you can see my video quality has dramatically improved because I've finally managed to figure out how to upload files from my video camera, which I got for Christmas, onto my laptop. The reason I couldn't figure out how to do it is because I just couldn't find the plug to just plug it in, so yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is this new drug that's emerging. It's a drug that's found in red wine, but there are researchers who are developing an artificial version of it. And they think, that they're not sure, but they've been doing tests on animals, and they think it may be able to extend human life to 150 years. It's basically an anti-aging drug. What it does is, when the body ages, it's because cells die, body cells die. To replace them, cells have to split. But every time they split, they're basically making a copy of themselves. And those copies are always worse copies of the original cell. And then when those two copies split up again, then they're compounding the problem. They're making them even worse. And every time the cells get worse and worse and more mutated, that's what aging is. So what this drug does is it's supposed to slow down these mutation processes. So each time a cell splits, it makes a better copy than it does naturally. So it's not a particularly it's not particularly unnatural. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, I wouldn't like to unnaturally extend my life to 150 years by taking this drug," but it's not particularly unnatural because all it's doing is just making the body work properly. A lot of drugs that we use today are drugs that stop the body working properly. Like, that's exactly what painkillers are. A painkiller is designed to stop the body, stop the body's nervous system working properly so that, you don't feel excruciating pain. But that is less natural than this drug, which is just slowing down the aging process. Another criticism, another misplaced criticism, is that you'll live longer, but you'll be old for longer. It's not like that at all. It's actually more like growth shouldn't be affected. It had better not be. If it is, then the drug probably won't work. But growth shouldn't be affected. So we just ignore the first, say, 20 years of life. From 20 to 80, we just stretch that lifespan. So at the age of 60, you could have the body of a 30-year-old. Or a 35-year-old or something. Which means that you're not old until 150. Now the ramifications of this are enormous. If people can live to 150, they will have twice the amount of time to learn, to develop skills, to explore the arts. They'll be able to experience more. People will... well, I'm not saying people won't still regret a lot, because there are people who will not take the opportunities they have. But people who are willing to take the opportunities to explore the world and to develop, they will have twice the life to do it in. They'll be able to do twice as much. People will be able to learn new languages, and they'll be able to... more people will understand complicated physics and things, and more people will become great musicians because of this extended lifespan. So they're the positive outcomes. Some of the negative outcomes are the fact that our population is already too big and growing. And I'm talking globally, I'm not talking Australia. Australia's population would actually be decreasing if it wasn't for immigration, but the world's population is increasing, and it's increasing too fast. If people live even longer, they don't die quickly enough, which means our population will grow even faster. So, there are some, I believe, personally, I want to hear your thoughts as well, but first I'll just say what mine are. I believe that we should use this drug, but there are certain limitations on this. First of all, we don't use it until we've got our population under control and stable, and it will not expand, and it will not keep growing exponentially when we start using this drug. Secondly, that we don't nobody gets the drug until it's cheap enough for everybody to get it. Because otherwise, we'll just be widening the gap between rich and poor even more, as rich people have twice the lifespan to work and to accumulate income, and they don't die, which means money doesn't disappear through inheritance tax, and it just slows down the whole cycle of returning to equality. So we don't use it until everyone can use it and can use it to the same degree. Thirdly, this is probably the most important. We don't use it until we've very, very properly tested it. I'm sure there are many volunteers who would be happy to, once we've made theoretically sure that it won't hurt us. I'm sure there'll be plenty of volunteers who will be willing to put themselves forward to use this drug to extend their lifespan. But if there turn out to be unexpected consequences, then it is the responsibility of whoever is developing this drug and administering it. They will have to, provide for, like, say if the drug kills someone, there will have to be support for the family and those affected, and probably lots of money as well. But personally, I don't think. I think if it worked, no one would want money. In fact, they would probably pay, actually, because extra life is a thing that money can't or shouldn't be able to buy. So I think if this drug works, if it really does extend our lifespan this long, it's the next great leap forward, because we've never we've done amazing things. We've gone to the moon. We're exploring Mars. We're trying to find life on other planets. We're searching the universe. We understand a lot of how the universe works, which is very impressive because it's very complicated. It's very hard for things to kill us now because of advancements in medical science, but one of the few things we haven't been able to do is extend the lifespan of a human beyond its natural maximum. And that is something that this drug will be able to do. So I want you to join me as we see the world change.